Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm really excited for this video because today's video is about, I just showed the wrong side of that, people pleasing. So I got my notes ready and let's jump right into this video. So to start with, what is people pleasing? So people pleasing can look like putting others above like how you feel. So it could also look like over apologizing, over explaining, saying yes when you want to say no, and avoiding conflict. So let's deep dive into, where it comes from. So majority of the time there is a reason why you people please. And a lot of the time it stems from childhood. So for me, I felt like when I was a kid, I never got to properly express my emotions. And my sister is the youngest, and I'm like a year and maybe 3 months older than her. So for that, it was always, oh, well, since she's the youngest, and oh, you're so mature. And, I kind of got pushed into the role of being the more mature, more responsible one because I couldn't be the childish one. I couldn't cry and I couldn't express my emotions because I was kind of meant to smooth things over because I'm the oldest. So that's where it stems from for me personally. So some reasons why you might people please. It could be for validation. It could be to avoid conflict. Like for validation, right? If I act this way, I'll be loved. So for avoiding conflict, maybe you grew up in a household where there's a hostile environment. There's so much going on that you really try to keep the peace. I'll just be the people pleaser. I'll keep the peace, right? Or adult responsibilities at a young age. This one is also a really big one. I have a close friend who she really, really got pushed into being the adult to the point to where now she wants no kids. You can't convince her she don't want no kids. Like she really got pushed into the role of being the adult basically. So okay, you don't want rejection or abandonment. You have a fear of it. So, oh, if I always do what you need, you won't leave me. Okay. There is also your role, as I spoke on earlier, how I felt like I got pushed into the role of it. This one is, being labeled as the responsible one or the peacemaker. It kind of pushes you naturally into the role to where they kind of, it makes you feel like you have to, like you feel obligated. Another one, modeling behavior. If you have a parent who is a people pleaser, you probably model that behavior. You might fall into that also. And then we have problem solvers. So if you feel the need to fix someone's negative emotions, like you feel like, hey, I have to fix that. That could also be a cause. And lastly, trauma or abuse. So maybe it's a way for you to gain control of the situation or just to keep you invisible so that you won't be bothered unless it is to people please. Are you a people pleaser? Do you know? Here is a couple of things if you feel guilty to say no. Anytime someone asks you something and you just feel bad, like, I can't say no, what would they think? I don't want to say no, so you always end up saying yes. You avoid conflict at all costs. You're willing to lie, whatever you need to do to avoid a problematic situation, you will do that. That is me. I always felt guilty about saying no and avoiding conflict. That was definitely two of my things personally. You care about what others think. This is a major one for me. So when I was growing up, my mom has always been very judgmental. I never felt like I could really be my true self. So that one really resonates with me. I used to really care about what people think about me, about how I dress, about how I look, about how I act. So when I was a kid, I was never my true self. There is also put everyone above you, even if it drains you. That is another thing I would do. Exhaust myself. As long as I get that validation from you, I'll drain myself. I'll mentally exhaust myself. So that was another one. You have really bad boundaries. You're bad at setting boundaries. Here again, I'm probably do everything on this list, but yes, bad boundaries. That's another thing I'm bad with. It's very hard for me to set boundaries because I feel guilty about putting myself first. Like, I feel guilty about setting that boundary. You downplay your feelings. I do that. I think this will really resonate with a lot of people pleasers. Like, everything on this list is resonating with me. Downplaying your feelings are like, yes, oh my gosh. I still do that to this day. Like, it's really hard to break a lot of these habits. I'm not nearly as bad as I used to be, but definitely downplaying your feelings. That one's a big one. Okay, over apologizing. Yes, over apologizing. That's another thing I do. I'm sorry. Over apologizing, over explaining. You really want that person to understand where you're coming from. Like, you really want them to really understand. So there's no conflict, there's no misunderstandings. So people pleasing is very harmful. So if you people please others, it causes them to be happy, but really you aren't happy. So it creates a lot of inauthentic relationships. A lot of your relationships they're not what you think they are because you're people pleasing. Like, you're putting on a role, you're playing a role, putting on a facade. You're sitting up here putting them above you, and you're not creating those boundaries for yourself and saying no. So whatever they think that's okay. They don't know because you're people pleasing. They don't know. So inauthentic relationships leads to burnout. Once again, mentally exhausting yourself. That one is a really, really, really big one because I don't know, like, for me, that burnout is something crazy where you just got so many people and you're so focused on them and what they have going on and how you're going to hurt their feelings, or you don't want them to misunderstand the conflict and this and that. That one is really huge. What else do I have for you guys? It really, like, all of these things just really prevent you from having a good relationship with yourself. Like, you worry about them more than you worry about you. And you should not do that. You only get one life. You have to live for you. You're the only person that has to sleep with yourself, eat with yourself, shower with yourself. Like, you're with you. So just make sure you be mindful of that. And, your feelings matter just as much as the other person's feelings that you're worried about. Just because, you're important. Your feelings are important. Just like that other person is important, your feelings are important too. So, you shouldn't ever really put someone above you. You're just as important as they are. Okay, so now we're going to hop into how to stop people pleasing. So you want to build awareness with yourself. Why did I say yes? Did I say yes because I wanted to, or because I want to help them? Or did you say yes for the validation? Did you say yes because you wanted to hear, oh, you did a good job? Like, make sure you're paying attention to that. Say no. You don't have to over explain why you said no. You don't even have to give a reason. No is no. No is a full sentence. If you want to say no, let that be. No. If you said no, no is no. If you don't feel comfortable doing something, say no. If you don't want to do something, say no. You don't have to lie. You don't have to come up with an excuse. Say no. Or if you do want to tell the truth, hey, I just don't want to. It's not aligning with my plans. It's not what I want to do. That's perfectly fine. Say no. It will be uncomfortable. So the hardest part about growth is you have to learn how to sit in the uncomfortableness. Like, you have to learn how to really sit in that. So everyone won't like, and a lot of people will not respect your boundaries, and that's okay. You leave them be. They're not meant for you. They're not your people. You move on. Another one. You are important. You are just as important. What do you think? How do you feel? What do you need? They're not the only people who have things going on in their lives. You have things going on too. So you're just as important as that. I can't stress that enough. You're just as important as they are. Another thing would be your support system. Therapy, God, journaling, a friend, a mom, a brother, a sister, whoever you feel comfortable talking to, whoever you need to talk to, make sure you do that. If you're holding all of this in, that's another thing. As a people pleaser, a lot of the time you don't want to ask for help. You're building all of this resentment on the inside, and no one ever knows that eventually that resentment has to come out. All of this negative energy in your body, it has to come out somehow. So make sure you share. If you just want to keep it to yourself, that's fine. If you just want to talk in the mirror, however you need to get these emotions out, talk in a car, you can record yourself. Like, there's so many different ways to get these emotions out of your system. Make sure you're utilizing your resources. Make sure you do that. Yeah, that was pretty much all I had for you guys today. This process, remember, it's a marathon, it's a journey, it's a process, right? So this will not happen for you overnight. And you probably won't be liked by everyone at the end of this. You're gonna feel really uncomfortable. Your feelings are gonna get hurt. You're gonna feel bad. Like, there's a lot of different emotions that you're gonna feel. That is okay. You can't grow if you stay in that same comfortable place that you're always in. You got to push for it and be uncomfortable sometimes. Like, it's all about the journey. It's all about growth, all about learning new things. Once again, make sure you're really putting yourself first. It's okay that you're not liked by everybody. That's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. If they don't like your boundaries, that's fine. They can go find somebody else. Find the people that are for you. Matter of fact, you want that. You want to weed out the people that don't want you in their lives. You want to weed them out because they're only around you to use you, or so you make them feel good. So you want to weed them out and you want to be with the people who are really good to you. So just be mindful of all these things. Write, journal, as previously stated earlier. You can go over all of these things and figure out whether or not you're a people pleaser. And I really hope this resonated with you guys. I hope you learned something new. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.